Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past... The 30.
Over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. The first carry now for Benny Snell. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
At the 33-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now Locke throwing on second down, and that'll be incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
And 10 yards to go.
So now an early third and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing his Locke on third down. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready? 50. I'm coming for you.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Oh, able to avoid him. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 33 and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. That one a first down pickup of 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First carry for Raquel Armstead. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 29, Murray. Forced out to his left. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tony Pollard with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Falcons 7, Jets nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready, break.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes, Amari Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Amari Cooper, 81 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Hauschka with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Falcons have taken the lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken at the 3. Oh, what a move. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Here's a four-receiver look now. Three of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Block now to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Danielle Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw it is locked. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he's got room. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Tony Pollard, 98 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized
that's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
On the ready.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not
under pressure, and down he goes. It was Breeland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Block going to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That's taken on the 25. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn any weapon. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Take off.
On 2nd down, Armstead. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Now Murray. The open man is Smith. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Throwing now is Murray. Steps away to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Kill, kill, kill.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Sean Bunting on the tackle. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 15-yard line.
That's good for Falcons. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Check 3, check 3. Let's go.
Now Armstead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down.
Motion to the backfield.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Got him in. It's Brown. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tony Pollard on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Locke into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On first down, Pollard. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
They go jet sweep here with Chark. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Here we go. Come here, Reed. Check 45 to Mike. Man out. Go. Check out, Reed. Shoot. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Go. Get him.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. So a pretty big 3rd down mistake right there.
No doubt about it, and everyone's going to be upset. But they have to get out of this now and go ahead and play. They could have someone come at them in a big way on the next down.
45, Mike. 45.
Pollard going to try the right side. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal.
I'm coming after you.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
For the field goal, a 30-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend the lead out to 24. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Set up. 10 2 stop. 54. Time to go. Night. Ready.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Check. 45 to Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a first down. Murray now on first down. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now a give, right side. Pollard. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That one complete. He finds Sharp. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Go get him.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. To throw is Murray. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Throwing now is Locke. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go. Put up. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Go. 54. Blue down. Hey, watch that. Check Mike. 54. Get it.
A final shot before half for Locke. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And it's 3rd down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be fielded at the 8. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here.
45.
On 2nd and 7, Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Watch twist. Okay, spell. 458's the mic. I got you. Kill. Hey. Motion.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll wind up losing yardage here.
He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
Here's Locke to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Locke throwing on target to Fant. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, check. 53 is Mike.
Locke looks to throw it again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. To throw on 3rd down. Locke. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And this would have been returned to right around the 38-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Christian Covington able to record his 5th sack of the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Run for Pollard. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Here's Murray from midfield. This will be caught by Brown. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. This is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 2nd down, Pollard. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Got his man. That's Harry. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On 1st down, Pollard. And a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It got his man complete. That's good for 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They look to throw. It's locked. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Henry. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go. Check it out. Go. Play. Check safety. Short.
2nd down, Murray sets to throw. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Brian Burns, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Murray with a 3rd and long. Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
1st down, New York.
Locke now on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Cooper's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Ready?
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Mike, 53. Mike. Defense wins championships, baby. Let's go.
On 1st down, Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where it is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 38-yard line.
Exit. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray, he's going deep for Brown. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
At the 20-yard line.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Locke gonna throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st down, New York.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd down at the Falcons' 35-yard line.
Again, it's Locke. And incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Clock now to throw, and he'll have his man. That's Cooper. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now Locke. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Sanders set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, nice move. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now.
And now here is another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown Falcons. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off.
Go. Get it.
Again, it's Johnson. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons' defense yet again drops him behind the line. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Locke. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Stand up in. Switch it.
They'll run with Pollard. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And this is caught for a touchdown. And hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Let's pin the mirrors back in.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward. They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Despite being 0 for 4 converting these so far, I guess they're going to say 5th time's the charm. They're going again on 4th down. To throw it is Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch edge, watch edge. Zoom. Zip it. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
Back to throw it, Murray. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And that will write a finish to this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Atlanta, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality.